different time of the day, but I just wanted to record it. As you can see, the juvenile piranhas are, taking spots, sort of real estate. Of course, Zulu has to, interfere and disturb, but I just wanted to catch and show you that real quick. How they do, in fact, pick up their own spot and they kind of defend it as well. We don't have a male, or I should say alpha, a pack alpha yet, but I think they're working on it. Cool. Hello, my friends. I know I've been keeping a close eye on these guys. Right now I have the light on and stuff, so obviously that's going to change their behavior temporarily, but in the course of last week or so, a couple of feedings. One was the shrimp feeding, which you have witnessed earlier, and another chub feeding, which, well, let's just say there was really nothing to show. They did devour the chub, I would say at least partially, half, maybe a little more, but kind of squandered the rest. Therefore, have been given an extra time off or away, or no feeding. One of the common mistakes in keeping predatory fish, or any fish actually, is overfeeding them, thinking that you're probably doing it a favor or helping it by providing good sustenance. But sometimes you have to let the fish sort of, or any organism, figure out what it's at before you start implementing any sort of techniques or anything else to fix something. So good old saying, less is more. Right now, like I said, I've noticed there's a lot of behavioral changes, and one of them, I think, they're trying to establish the alpha leader. I've seen a little bit of friction and fighting, kind of mocking and whiskering again going on inside the tank. There was one individual that outgrows the rest by at least half an inch and probably an inch from the smallest one. But I'm not sure if he's the, if he's the contender. It sure appears to be. They are hiding a little bit right now. Again, like I said, the light and my presence is changing their dynamics once more, but I think in the next couple of weeks or so, we should be able to establish some sort of order, pack order again. I've seen some crescent shape, bit out parts of their fins, dorsal fins and tail fins. So obviously they are fighting. The territorial disputes are getting a little bit more and more robust. And obviously for that, for that matter, they're going to exhibit some sort of extra aggression and intolerance of each other, as I mentioned before on one of the videos. I believe it was previous few back, where the alpha of the adult pack jumped out and found himself trapped on top of the lids. He survived. It was a pretty good ordeal. I was able to record most of it and show you guys. There was a lot of support that came in from a lot of fish keepers and whatnot, of what to do, what not to do, because as we know, adverse things happen, and sometimes in a moment, in a situation, we panic and do more damage than there needs to be. As I mentioned before, mentality or their pack order had changed immediately as upon the departure of the male of the alpha caused. The pack was trying to reestablish itself quickly, showing some aggression towards each other and reestablishing new real estate. Luckily, like I mentioned, the alpha was able to pull through and reestablish the pack order. In this tank, as I mentioned before, new dynamics. Things are changing, and I believe in the next few weeks we shall see what will come out of it. Meanwhile, like I said, I would prefer to put them all into the larger tank, the mega enclosure later on back there. But for time being, we'll have to make do. Let's keep an eye on them. It's not often I get to see them so spread out. It's kind of cool. One's up top, some are underneath the tree. And you eat this guy, it's pretty cool. I love it how they're occupying the entire tank, picking out their own spots, their own real estate. Awesome. Cool. There it is, my friends. They are all about. It seems like it really takes some time and obviously patience on their part as well to figure out what is what and who's going to take the title. Meanwhile, I really wanted to thank everyone for joining us, and especially the new patrons. We are up to 5 now. I can't believe it myself. Really appreciate the support. This will only enable us to go forward, build a new massive habitat, and bringing you more adventures in this experience on a totally new level now. Zula's over here. I think he wants to go outside or whatever he wants from me, but it has to be now. Anyway, yeah, it is fascinating to see even the newcomers finally grow into their fins, so to speak, and be able to, well, put together their own pack. For now, this will be their, this will be more or less their gang that they're going to be hanging with and growing with. Once they join the adults, I think we're going to absorb a totally new restructured pack, and will be very interesting to see if any of the dynamics or the hierarchy will change with it. I'm doing a wide angle so you guys can see this, but it's fascinating, you guys. Right here, right in front of me, I can put my hand right up here, and you can see they're not as skittish. There's not just hiding and freaking out, and it's good, getting better. Thank you once more, you guys, and till next time.